Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy 2024, family, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech in the Morning. And as Scott,
The hey, the
Tech by
number
Trail
one,
says,
the number one tech morning show in the world, man.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
and
Yes, indeed.
numero uno. Good morning, family. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Mitch. You guys bright and early, ready to go on this fine Monday morning. Ooh, yes, Trey and Joe in the cut. We are back at it again.
Man,
Yeah,
right back like we never left.
like we never left. Oh man, this has been a, a long time coming in the sense of that break that we took. We took a nice break. It was like from the 18th of December. It was needed
I
though,
saw,
but
I
yeah,
saw that. Yeah, yeah.
it was
Yeah, it was
needed.
it was definitely needed. I was when I saw the 18th, I was like, man, it's been a little minute. It's been a little minute, but it's all
Yeah,
good. It's all good.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Mitch, hey,
Mitch is
they
funny.
starting off fine. They firing already in the morning, man. They firing this quick, man. He
On all of
said,
a
"I'm
sudden,
in my
it's like Trey was with a Tiger Woods gear on. I mean, hey,
hey,
whatever helps when you're
but
playing, right?
yeah, hey, Tiger is goaded, man. But yeah, I don't know. This is how I was feeling this morning. Just a little Nike hat, little the vintage style. Y'all, I don't know what this material is called. But, when you move, it's loud. It makes that
Yeah,
noise. I don't know, but yeah, hey, that's how I was feeling this morning.
yeah. It's a good morning, man. It's a great morning. I'm feeling
Wind
good, like I
windbreaker.
should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
windbreaker.
yeah, yeah. He's on. He is on it. Good morning, Dave. Good morning. Thank you for joining us as well on the LinkedIn side. On the LinkedIn side, oh man, this is going to be a great one this morning. We are
Yes,
excited
indeed.
for everything that's going to be popping through today. We have a lot to talk about. That is not even an understatement. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Onaka. Good morning. So glad to
Good
have you
morning.
on the show. Damien is in the house as well. He said the gang, yo, Trey, I need that kid and play jacket ASAP. You gotta drop the link. You gotta drop the
Oh
link.
man, bro, this is I think a few seasons back from Tarjay, man. I don't even know if they're in there anymore. It's from Tarjay though. So roll through Target and see if they got it, and you can get it, bro. But
that Raylon material, as Operation Secretary Whoever says.
Rayon, Rayon.
Yeah,
Hey, don't put me near fire. That's all I got to say, man.
yeah. Well, this is an action-packed show. We got a lot to
Yeah,
talk about. We have a lot to talk about, but just because we want to cover our ground, how was New Year's Eve for you? How was New Year's Eve? Uh, Pretty much, I think actually because our show was before Christmas. How was like that Christmas to New Year's for you, Trey? Like coming into the New
bro.
Year's.
Super, super chill, man. I was just resting my brain, man.
Yeah.
Really resting my brain. Uh Christmas didn't really go anywhere this year, like out of town or anything like that. My mom, she wanted everybody in her house because it was my brother's first, like his son, it was his first son's first Christmas, and so she wanted everybody at her house. And so yeah,
Ah,
we spent the night. We had all the fun, the food, and yeah, I mean it was great. It was great. So we stayed in town for Christmas, and then when it came to um New Year, bro, I didn't do jack this year or last year, man. I don't know. The last couple years, I've been feeling like, yo, I don't want to be outside with all the activities going on. So I went to my mom's house, grabbed some food,
yeah.
grabbed a plate of food. Actually, let me tell you, just like this, I went during halftime of a game, right? So I watched half of the game. I went during halftime. I ate the food. I talked. They didn't have the game on at her house.
Mm.
So I packed up another plate and then I dipped out before it got dark. Dipped
Yeah,
out, man.
listen.
I got up out of
That
there.
I gotta get
Bef-
this food. I gotta get this food before I do
yeah,
anything else.
Yeah, bro, man. Look, listen, man. I was like, uh, I'm not trying to be out when they're shooting in the sky. That those
Fireworks.
bullets got yeah, nah, man. I'm talking about patchoon, patchoon. I
Oh,
don't want those. They got to fall down
oh,
somewhere,
because
man,
you're in the
and it
South.
ain't gonna be on me.
It's a little different. You're in the
So
South. It's a little different for
yeah,
you.
bro. So I brought the New Year's in at the crib.
I love it. I
How
love
about
it.
you, bro?
I'm about to speak to myself. I gotta go to the comments real quickly. We got
Oh
uh
yeah.
Scott said that's why I don't type and drive because of the he said Rayon. He said Raylon. We got
Hey,
Tech
man.
Coach Ralph in the building. If you're not locked in with them
Yo.
yet, go ahead and follow the brother at Tech Coach Ralph. He has some great stuff about QA and QA design. Um,
Yes, indeed.
oh, my son just came into the room. I didn't even realize that the baby. Give me 1 second.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, yeah,
can you lock the door, please? We doing this live. We all didn't know that. We're doing this live. I'll be right back. Let me just take care of business real
yeah,
quick.
yeah, man. Listen, y'all. Let me see. Tech Coach Ralph. I see another one here. So hopefully he done pull it up by the time he gets back. But it says his laugh out loud. Trey doesn't realize he's getting older. Hey, bro, I realize it well. I definitely know. I know I'm getting older, but also at the same time, I don't know, man. I need to be safe. So
Yes.
I try to keep myself out of any kind of situation that can um
Get you in trouble
I,
later.
I- that I ain't got control over. I'll just put it like that. So yeah, I'll be moving kind of in silence a lot lately, man.
Incognito mode. Just
Yeah,
moving through
bro.
these streets.
Yeah,
I love it, man. I'm gonna be real quick about me. I pretty much, yeah, Mitch said definitely safe. I agree. I
yeah.
agree. I pretty much be moving in regards to the Christmas and New Year's. It was very light. Like we didn't even like what we did. We didn't even wrap presents. We got like a gift bag, and just one by
Mm-hmm.
one started. Hey, whose gift is next? And we started going back and forth. Take the gift
Yes,
bag,
sir.
put another gift, go back. I'm like, this cleanup. We got a large family. This cleanup is a situation for us. So we're not doing it this year like that. We're just gonna like
Yeah, bro.
a,
Y'all, I bet
like
y'all
the
having like
price is right.
7, 8 bags
I was Vanna
of
Black
just
up in the place
wrapping
just coming
paper.
out. Vanna Black, Vanna White, whichever
Yeah,
one
yeah.
coming
Vanna
out, just
White,
giving
Vanna
out
White.
gifts. Just giving out gifts. Oh man, but it was a lot of fun. New Year's was fun. My wife is Haitian, so she made some soup jumu. And if you know that, if y'all Haitian in the chat and y'all know, go ahead and put some soup in the chat. But it was a lot of good times, and we are here in the New Year's. And so, with that being said, I did have a question for the crowd. I wanted to ask, do you guys still like make New Year's resolutions? I don't know if that's the case for you. I know it's kind of a little bit removed from the New Year's, but I wanted to ask to that question. Do you still make New Year's resolutions? I thought that might be an
Mm,
interesting question to ask. What
that
about
is
yourself,
an
Trey?
interesting question. Man, nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Nah, man, when it comes to like that type of stuff, I make I have things that I want to do throughout the year, right? And I put them in my notes in my phone, and I put a
Yeah,
little box by or one of those little bubbles, and I check those things off as they hit, right? So
yeah,
whatever those are. But outside of that, nah, man, if I need to lose a few lbs because my favorite pants aren't fitting right, I start right there. Like
that's right.
I don't waste. I didn't say, hey, I'm gonna start at the beginning of the new year. Nah. Like,
Yeah,
hey, I'm starting today.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
oh, I didn't know you was on a diet. Oh man, I look, hey, I just started today, man. I can't do it, right? So
yeah,
yeah, when it comes to New Year's resolution, nah, I'm not really a fan because I don't know the connotation around New Year's resolutions. Like, majority of people don't keep up with them. Like,
yeah,
and I don't want to be a part of adding on to that bad name of New Year's resolution. So I just
yeah.
stay out of it.
Yeah, and before I respond, I know Tech Coach Ralph was talking about Suchu Moon. He said, "Oh, for real?" My wife made the same too. Fell asleep
Oh,
right
dang.
away. Fell asleep right away. And in regards to New Year's resolutions, we got Mitch saying no, kind of not really. Dave also says nah. Moving the new year with action, words hold no value when it comes to New Year's resolutions. Absolutely. And Tech Coach Ralph says, I set goals, but not resolutions. Like Jesus said, I grind like there's 10 of me every day. I like that. I
Mm-hmm.
like that. And I think I have a similar approach. I used to think about New Year's goals and resolutions, never worked out for me. But based off of what we're going to talk about later today, I've actually made a shift in that regard in my mindset by basically saying, okay, this is what I want to do. What systems do I need to put in place to get to that
That's it.
destination and beyond? Because if you
That's
put,
it, bro.
I realize if I put systems, I'm going to overachieve versus if I kind of have a goal, I might underachieve or I might hit it, but then I'm not really pushing myself to go forward. And we're going to talk about that today in the show. There's a lot of things to cover. But first things first, I definitely want to let you guys know if you want to call on the show, you have that option as well. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe from wherever you're watching from. If you're on YouTube, on LinkedIn, go ahead, like, comment, and share because we are going to be talking about it today. But before we get into it, we actually have a new segment we like to call the Tech Event Bulletin Board because y'all in 2024, we are outside. That's right, we are
Yes, indeed.
outside. And what does that mean? That means that we're going to get together, get connected, go to these events that are popping up in our area, and really try to find a way to get connected with one another. Because if we get connected with one another, we can truly grow, right? We can truly grow. And the name
Facts.
of the game in 2024 is growth, expansion, and that happens when we network and connect. So there's a couple of things that we're going to be talking about today that I wanted to draw to your attention. We have and I'm going to put this up in the banner as well so everybody can see it and they'll have the facts right in front of their face. All right. So first things first, we have a amplified Black Tech Excellence event that's coming up soon. That's going to be February 6th to 9th, and it's virtual only, y'all. It is virtual only. So that means that when you get a chance, you're going to definitely go and check that out. And I'm going to talk about a place where you get a list of all these different events in one shot just to make it easy for yourself to check it up on later. But for now, I'm going to go right into it and talk about that particular event. Then we also have another one called Black Engineer of the Year Career Fair. That's actually going to be February 16th to the 17th. So you definitely want to check in with that as well. Make sure that if you have any sort of like if you're going to be in the Baltimore area, you can check it out. The cost of that for that career fair is $0 down. So you can definitely go ahead and check that out for yourself if you are in the Baltimore area. Now we have also Black Media Mixer 24, and the cost of that is to be determined. It was originally it had an early bird special of about $30 if you wanted to get in VIP, and that $30 included an additional ticket, right? So definitely, if you are in Dallas, Texas, keep your eyes and ears open for that, and you'll be able to find out more. And then, last but not least, for our lineup, we have also, if you're not aware of this, we have also Black Tech, and I'm gonna pull up here so everybody can see it as well. We also have Black Tech NOLA 24. That's March 2nd in Shreveport, Louisiana. The cost for that is also $0. So
Man.
there's a lot of zeros going on right now, but that means that the value is there. And just so you know, this segment is actually powered by Black Tech Global. That's right, blacktechglobal.com. It's actually a list that you could basically go and see any sort of upcoming tech events that are coming down the line. So you want to check out blacktechglobal.com for a list of these events and more. This list is updated pretty much on a weekly basis with new information. So you might see that it's TBD one day, and then you come back next week, and you actually might see the actual price. The link for all these events are on Black Tech Global. So visit blacktechglobal.com for more in regards to list to these events. We want to provide resources to the audience. And if you know of any events, let us know. If you know of any events that are missing from that list, go ahead and message us. And you might see it on Black Tech Global, the website, very, very soon. So shout out to Black Tech Global. We thank you for providing this list, and we are on to the show.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
we are on to the show.
Oh
Mm,
man. That's a good list, y'all. Y'all better check some of that stuff out. I know I might get into
yeah,
that.
the
I
Dallas
need to
one.
see if I can. Yeah, man, the Black Media Mixer 24. I just
Yeah,
don't know if they are they sold out or is the price just haven't updated or not the price the link for the ticket just haven't updated. So I don't know. I
yeah.
might have to hit somebody up.
Yeah, we definitely got
Yeah,
to figure that part out. But for sure, there's so many different things happening throughout the year. So you definitely want to get connected with that. But we got to talk about it. Family, we have to talk about the biggest thing that has happened in the past 5 days. We have to
man,
talk about the Cat Williams interview and with Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay. We got to talk about it.
man,
It's
man.
I, I don't know if
It
Trey,
be
you saw
bro.
it.
It just yeah, I saw it, man. That
Yeah,
joint was crazy. That joint was crazy. I just I don't know. I guess we have to we literally have to just we got to talk about it. There's no way around it. It was probably the most disruptive like 3 hours of literal industry insight that
brother.
I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know. It personally,
Yeah.
when the way it started, all the way through, man. I mean, I'm talking about some. It was some interesting claims, and then it was some outlandish claims. It was wild, man. Yeah, but nah, don't leave the room, Damien. Don't leave the room, man. You gotta stay in here. You gotta stay in here. But
Oh! Don't worry, don't worry. We're gonna tie it back to tech. Don't worry. We're not
yeah,
just to talk
yeah,
though.
yeah. No, so it's just it's one of those things, man. What did you think about it, bro?
First of all, I just want to talk about the impact
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
one particular event could have. And I'm just talking about impact on just look at the YouTube numbers, right?
Bro. Last time I saw
So,
it, it was at like 17 or 18 million people who had saw that. I
bro,
don't even know what it is now.
it's what been 4 days since it's been released. It's
Yeah.
at 33 million, brother. It
Oh, that's
literally
wild.
doubled from what you just saw in
That's
four
wild.
days. Shannon, I think he had roughly around 1.2, 1.3 million in regards to subscribers. He's about 2.21 million subscribers as of right now.
Jumped up a whole meal ticket. Wow.
Jump of a
That's
whole
crazy.
million.
That's wild.
Okay, so that's the numbers, right? Uh yeah, I'm looking at the comments. Damien said, yeah, I'll leave the room. But shout out to Ty Smith. What up, Ty? Good to see you, brother.
Yo, what's
Glad
going
that
on,
you're in the
Ty?
room. But he's talking about Black Tech Global. That's the spot. I agree.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Yes, he knows.
Yes,
But
indeed.
yeah, man. But the Cat Williams interview had me locked. Yeah, I was like, well, yo, yeah, that interview was crazy.
Me too.
And there was a lot of things.
I had my popcorn.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I heard Shannon promote it, and I was like, oh, this is cool, something to check out. Oh yeah, Damien, you're right. He definitely got a bag there for sure. Mitch says had the world thinking he had the freshest lineup, but it was a man. Ah, yes,
Direct
there.
quote. Direct
Direct
quote.
quote. Direct quote. There was a lot of things that were said in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And personally, I'm like, hey, that's how Cat rolls. He wants to roll that way. But one thing I wanted to really kind of highlight, but I mean, we could definitely dive into stuff that he said. Like there's a lot that he said for sure.
For sure. For sure.
But one of the things that I wanted to point out was specifically the Cedric the Entertainer. And you could talk about it too. I don't know if you remember what you
Yeah.
want to, yeah, talk about the subject part.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, listen, I ultimately, y'all, real quick, did in the comments section, did Cat Williams reveal too much? Did he reveal too much? Right. Just I mean, just answer that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not even gonna say. But either way, y'all, he definitely did. He said some things about quite a few entertainers, but I know Joseph he wants to zone in on this Cedric the Entertainer, and then him stealing the joke, right? That was the thing.
Yeah,
And so the craziest part about it is that the stuff that he says and anyone else, right? You can check nowadays. That's
yeah.
the whole thing.
Everybody
He
was
can
fact
you can
checking.
check. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, yeah,
So I mean that's the ultimately that's the thing, right? Like we're what we're talking about today is how technology has advanced to the point so far now to where you can fact check a lot more claims than in the past, right? When it was the
yeah.
40s and the 50s, it probably was people doing the same stuff.
Oh yeah,
And not only just in that industry, but in any other kind of industry. Yo, I was here today, and or you know what? Better yet, let me give this example. I was watching a documentary one time, and I don't remember whose it was, but they were talking about how I feel like it was James Brown. It was somebody, no, not James Brown. It was somebody, but either way,
Mhm.
people didn't know what these people looked like until they came to the city. So whoever's documentary it was either Little Richie or something, but they were impersonating, or they talked about, hey, we're gonna go to this city. The people thought he was Little Richie, and so he just did Little Richie's set
That's wild.
because they thought he was Little Richie. Nowadays, there's no way. Like, bro, my phone is in 4K. Come on now.
We
I
could
know
tell.
you're not. I know you're not Michael Jackson. I know it, right?
Yeah.
But back then they could do stuff like that. So and you push it further forward. Now you can't just say things and not and technology not have receipts for it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna come out. And
Yeah.
and we saw it. We saw it.
Yeah, and I just elaborated that for those who did not get a chance to see it, the
Hmm.
interview. There was a portion where he was basically uh, saying that Cedric the Entertainer stole his joke, and basically back in the day, I think if I got my dates right, if this is like in the mid to late '90s, I think like around '98, where Cat was doing his joke where he was acting like he was in a vegan. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I remembered it
Bruh,
because it was such a hilarious bit. Like it got everybody laughing. Where he was acting as if he was in a vehicle. He had music playing. He was doing the whole nine, right? And
yep.
then years later, Cedric the Entertainer acted like he was in a spaceship. And I want to know from y'all. Do y'all think that Cedric stole the joke? I just want to get your opinion. I don't I don't want to assume that we're on the same page. But let's say that my opinion, I'm like, yeah, it's too close to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But back in
Yeah.
the day, people used to take jokes all the time, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you wouldn't know who's the originator of that joke. You just know that the person who's the most famous did it, and you just took it as Bible that's their joke. But they
Yeah.
had a lot of people that when he was making certain claims, they decided to go on Twitter, whatever the case may be, and do side by side showing, oh wow,
Instantly.
instantly. It wasn't even like it was like right away. And so that's what made me think about it. Like, wow, we live in a time that there's really technology receipts. There's really
Bro.
receipts out there that if you're not careful can really kind of later on impact you. And we've kind of seen this trend happening for a while. But this situation, it added a bit of credibility to what Kat was saying. Now, like you said, Trey, there were some outlandish things you like we never may know, at least
Hey,
as a public. But there are some
and
things
it
that,
happened throughout.
yeah, it happened right absolutely throughout. But there are certain things that with the aid of technology that we're able to be our own investigators and find out things pretty quickly nowadays versus back in the 90s where there was another joke. And rest in peace Bernie Mac, obviously one of the best kings of comedy. Cat Williams had nothing but good things to say about him, and everybody was talking about how jokes were stolen. And I saw something trending too where they basically were some people were hinting at that Bernie Mac might have stolen one of the jokes from a younger boy from the Apollo or whatever the case may be. It's just like
Mhm.
a lot of things are unraveling because of the fact that we now can go back in time and check things. And so, like, imagine that for your own life. Like, what things that you might need to clean up. You know they are. I don't. But
And
what
they
things you might need to be
yeah.
cleaning up from back in your day that you might have a footprint online
Well,
that you
one of
like.
them for sure.
Yeah. Think back to
It's
your
social
MySpace
media.
days. Think
I was
back
just
to your
about to
Twitter
say.
days. Like,
Yeah.
what are some things that you like? You know what? I need to get this cleaned up here because there are digital receipts out there, and I know there's a lot of things that were said, a lot of things we could possibly say about this interview, and we could definitely talk about it for sure if you want to talk more about it, Trey. But I just found that to be very interesting because again, the video footage did validate a lot of Cat Williams' claims, and and we could even discuss even more advancements in technology that if we're not mindful of them, it could be
Bro,
impactful to us.
no, it's one of those that's one of those things. I mean, you mentioned it, right? Like, yo, what what's in your background that you need to clean up and stuff. But people have been talking about that for a long time, right? Like, you know, I've heard like, yo, if you're trying to get a job, you probably they're gonna go check your Facebooks and your Instagrams,
Yeah.
and y'all hear that blackness coming out. I'm putting S's on everything. It's early in the
Yeah.
morning, but no, they're gonna go and check those things, right? Why?
Yeah.
They gotta know. They need to figure out who's coming into their space, right?
Yeah.
Who's gonna be doing this stuff. Now, here's the crazy part. Sometimes that can help you out, right?
Mm.
Like if you're online and and all they see is people complimenting you, right? Like, yo, thank you for your help, or all they see is you giving value in that specific space.
Yeah.
Now that has further validated you. Like, oh, wow, we're getting someone who people actually, okay, let's take a chance on this person. So it
Yeah.
can go either way. The question is, what side do you want to be on? I
Mm.
mean, is it really uh that important to put the 17 bottles at the club and you guzzling one? Is it really that important to put that one on there? I don't
Bottle
know.
service.
You probably, yeah, you might want to have that one in your personal collection maybe, but not online, you
Yeah.
know. But again,
Take a
uh,
Polaroid picture for that one. Just memory lane.
shake it out. No, but so I mean, it really can go either way. But just understanding the days that we live in, yo, it's they're gonna see it. Like
Yeah.
somebody's gonna find it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. In fact, I'm gonna go to the comment section real quickly because this is hilarious. I'm gonna start off with Mitch. He said, he basically actually let me go back a little bit. Uh, Damien said he had everybody on eggshells. That's true. A lot of people. Yeah, I remember
No, he
Mike Epps actually
definitely did.
saying like, "Why you didn't talk about me, brother? We were in a movie together, good or bad. I need the publicity. I'm on tour right now. Talk about me."
Yeah.
It was funny. A lot of reactions from a lot of different people.
And the eggshells that he had people on, bro, what's crazy is nobody said he was lying. They quickly went into
Hmm.
talk about like them as individuals and
Yeah.
whatever, but they never actually said like, no, he can't lying about,
Uh,
okay, yeah, we don't know if he read 3,000 books a year. He probably, here's the thing, because he did it multiple times throughout. I think maybe he meant like he read 3,000 books as a like throughout childhood. I
childhood.
don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know, but I'm just saying, yeah, that was outlandish.
I
But
ain't gonna. Sorry. Go ahead. Go
when it
ahead. I
came
have
to
something
the
funny to say.
people, they didn't say he was lying. So I don't know.
I'm laughing at a couple of things. First thing I'm laughed at was the fact that Ludacris decided to make this a rap beef, and he decided
Hey,
to rap
man,
about the situation. I'm like,
had
Ludacris,
them boys shaking, man. Had them boys shaking.
if you haven't seen
On,
that, to me, that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a long time. And
it was
he was so
hilarious.
serious. He was so serious.
Yo, man, could you
Uh,
imagine being so shook? I gotta make a freestyle real quick. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
think Cat really's gonna rap back at him. I mean, Cat could do it because remember back while nowadays he was quick on his feet. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if Ludacris wants that smoke because he was quick on his feet. But at the same time, I just thought it was hilarious. Like
it
I ain't got nothing
was.
to say. I gotta rap. I gotta get back at you. But I thought that was funny. That's one thing. And then about the 3,000 books, I saw people on online. Their math was so off. Somebody said 3,000 books. That's like 2 books a day. And the other person said, that's 3,600 books. I was like, people, there's 365 days in a year, right? Let's just start
They
there
out of
first.
there, bro. They out
It,
of there.
it was hilarious. I'm kind of getting a little tears thinking about it right now. Tears of joy. Uh, Mitch says, "Oh, I don't think he did. He's staying on business. He's being quiet for a long time." Oh, talking about why he was responding, and yeah, I think what it was is that a lot of those, we could talk about, the Steve Harveys and the Ricky Smileys that came on and said certain things, and he's like, "Listen, you had everybody else on this chair say what they said," and
Bro, my brain,
yeah.
you know where my brain went, bro? My brain went to, how when you playing cards, I'm not that great at it, but you know how when you playing cards
Yeah.
and you got that hand, man. You got that
Yeah.
hand. It's
Yeah.
like he been sitting back, right? He been playing this
He's like,
game,
big Joker,
ain't saying
small Joker.
exact,
He's like, I'm going
bro,
to boss him by
throwing,
myself.
throwing them joints out like that, bro. Slamming them on that
If
table.
it was
Listen,
dominoes, that it would
that's
been
all I could
everything be
see.
flying everywhere.
Oh, bro, the whole table broke. The whole table broke.
He was like, "Copy cool." All my
15,
Boricuas out there, yeah. Oh
15, man.
man, that would be that's crazy, man. Yeah, Davey said write receipts for everything now. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, only thing said change was the spaceship. So Mitch is on board with me. He's like, yeah, he stole that joke. Damien says, I'm going to say this. I feel like the media and the audience is so criticizing. They know we will go and indulge and find out. Yeah, we all
Mm-hmm.
like a little gossip apparently at this point. That's why I removed myself from social media as soon as college was over. Wow, they are not about to see me with a can of Hennessy at the age of 23 with my shirt off. I'm a changed man, brother. I'm a changed
Yeah,
man.
dog.
Yo, when I see it rapping, I was like, bro, you freestyled into a comedian. That's what I was saying, man.
It
That
it
thing had
made
me
no
in
sense,
stitches.
bro. It made no sense.
It had me in stitches. I'm like, little, facts, Trey. Scott said, I'm old enough to remember seeing those episodes. I had to clean up a year or so ago. I had to go through and reach out to people to take down pics. Wow. Did my best to take down those street cred pics. That's so smart. That is so smart.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did that, man. I know you're telling the truth, but it's we live in a world that literally, that could be the reason why you didn't get a job. And they may not tell you
Yo,
that. They'll
right.
try to make up
They'll
something
find something.
else. But that's what it is. So I'm glad that you brought that up. One thing that gets me nowadays is how people sets up cameras and cry. I was like, hey, Ricky Norman.
Yo, yo,
Yes, so true.
that's facts.
Oh, that's so true. Ricky Norman.
They gonna set up the camera, man. Them tears gonna fall.
Yeah, man. I'm too old to be seeking validation. Forget about most of it. Yeah, that's so true. Oh, that's so true, man. Oh man. So that Cat Williams thing. I mean, there's so much to be said about it. But we wanted because we talked that tech in the morning, so I wanted to make sure that we
Yeah.
brought technology into it, and really kind of got some there going. But there's another thing we wanted to talk about. This was actually from
Yes,
last
indeed.
year, but we had to talk about Cat because it's just like it took over the world. It
Come
just
on
we
now.
can't miss that. But we wanted to talk about what we talked about earlier regarding to New Year's resolutions. Do you still make New Year's resolutions? Do you not? That was the question that we had earlier. If you missed it from the question of the morning, do you still make New Year's resolutions? And the reason why we were talking about this last year was because there's a book that most people probably are familiar with at this point, and if you're not, don't worry. That's why we're here talking about it. Oh, actually, let me go to the comment section real quickly. Like, you're gonna cry and make coffee in the same space. Like,
Come on,
come
man.
on, man.
Cry in the cup, man.
Yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, that's true. Cat Williams. One thing I want to say before we move on to the next segment is that Cat Williams did take time to show Bernie Mac, to show DL, like, he was able. He was like, okay, I'm putting out the real ones here. He showed Gary, even Gary Owens. He showed love too. He's like, listen, that man didn't
Mhm.
sell his soul.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
um, and Gary's like, Gary was so confused. He's like, did I catch a
He
stray?
didn't know. Yeah, he
He's
didn't
like,
know.
he had to ask people on Twitter, like, did I just catch a stray? He's like, nah, no, you're good. It's all love. But yeah, so I thought it was just a couple of things I definitely wanted to make sure that we got to get a chance to talk about and so on and so forth before we moved on. But yeah, what I also wanted to say was in regards to this new year, we are looking to make changes, right? We're looking to better ourselves. And one of the books that we were reading was Atomic Habits. If you're familiar with that book, if you're not familiar with that book, let me know. But Atomic Habits is one of those books that I feel it has some ageless truths in there, like how to win friends and
Mhm.
influence people. The Bible, like it has some foundational truths in there that could really kind of help. And like we like to do to our audience, we always like to share things that we feel can be beneficial and helpful. And so there are a couple of things about that book. And if you didn't know, the book is from James Clear, where it basically explores the transformative power of small habits, where Clear introduces a 4-step framework for habit formation, emphasizing identity based change, right? So it's not about just
Yeah.
do. It's about who I want to become. Do I want to become an amazing athlete? Then I got to do X, Y, and Z in order for that to be realized. Do I want to be, whatever the case may be, what do I have to do to become that person? And so that's what this book is about. And so I wanted to break down a couple of things and have a conversation with everybody, because we're actually, I know we like to have fun and stuff like that. And we're gonna have fun in this conversation too. But it's important
For
that we
sure.
actually talk about some stuff that could really be beneficial for you this morning as you're moving throughout to 2024. So one of the first things that come about this book in regards to atomic habits is this 4 laws of habit formation. And the first law is make it obvious, right? Make the habit cues, the things that you want to do obvious. So, for example, if you want to go to the gym, what he encourages you to do, if you have problems waking up in the morning, that night before, take a shower, get dressed in your gym clothes. So then when you wake up, it's like, okay, I'm dressed, ready to go to the gym. There's no excuse. Let me go, right? What are your thoughts on that, Trey? If you have any thoughts on that before we move on
Easy,
to
bro.
the next
Yeah,
one.
easy, bro. Like that the most powerful part for me is the fact that you're emphasizing small habits,
Hmm.
right? Small numbers add up, right? Small I think a lot of times people get so caught up in the big thing that
Yeah.
it starts to become this big, hairy, scary like goal that then now you don't do anything about it. You got that analysis paralysis. But when
Yeah.
you focus on those small habits, right? Even the that make the habit cue obvious. The small thing in that was what? Yo, anybody can fall asleep in your gym clothes. Anybody
Hmm.
can take that um like your shower at night. Anybody can set out your creatine in the morning. Like all of that can happen up front. Those are the small things that lead to that morning, yo, I'm
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, I gotta go to the gym in the morning, and then you haven't done any of that. Well, now
Mm.
now even though they were small together the night before, on the
Yeah.
day of, the morning of, is huge. Hey, you
Yeah.
know what? I ain't gonna even make it in, big dog. I'm gonna catch it
Mm.
tomorrow. I'm gonna catch him tomorrow. Then
Yeah.
tomorrow turn to Friday. Friday turn to 2 weeks, and then before you know it, I was supposed to be in the gym, and I don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah. It happened to me. That's why I said I stopped making New Year's resolutions and I focus solely on, like, at least now that I'm starting to read this book, because I'm still going through the book, but I started to make that change. Like, no, I want to just do little things every day so I could
Yeah,
create these habits that now are like a part of who I am versus me just trying to be this thing. No, this is who I
yeah,
am. I go to the gym,
exactly,
or I go and I
bro.
do this, or I go and I walk every day. Just having that kind of, that instead of like, oh, I try to walk, I'm a walker because it's what I do, or whatever the case
Yeah,
may be. Or
and
if you're a
Joseph,
musician, yeah,
bro, you talking my talk right now, man.
yeah,
Like
talk that
when
tech,
bro,
yeah,
because like I don't know if people really understand the power in that type of stuff right there. Like
yeah,
you as an individual, not you specifically, I'm just saying us,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? The our subconscious, bro, is so powerful. This is
Mm,
how powerful it is. When we tell ourselves that we're going to do anything and we don't do it and we continue to do that, our self-confidence goes down.
yeah,
So now we telling ourselves that we're gonna do something, our mind already knows we're not because we've failed ourselves so many times.
yeah,
So a lot of people they don't realize why they have the self-confidence or why
mm,
it's so low is
yeah,
because they tell themselves that they're gonna do something and then they don't do it.
yeah,
And over time, the more you do that, it just stacks up. And now your self-conscious not even gonna work for you. But
yeah,
if we take those small little things, like those small habits, change them around, yo, I'm gonna make my bed every day.
yeah,
And that's a small one that, yo, I can do that. That self confidence can go up through the roof. The more and more you do it, bro. Like that's, hey, that's real, man. That's real.
yeah. Oh, stop the presses. We got a guest in the
What we
building.
got?
We got a guest that brought a super chat. none other than Black Heights himself. What up? Thank you so
Hey,
much, Mr.
elevate
Antoine
to the
Wade.
unknown.
Mr. Antoine Wade's in
Antoine.
the
Oh,
building.
that's
Thank you so
man, that's
much.
my guy right there, man.
Yes, sir.
That's my man 100 grand right there. But hey, look, hey y'all, let me tell y'all this real quick about elevate to the unknown.
Yeah.
The reason my camera looks so good right now is because of that man right there.
Oh, come on now. Testify.
Yeah, it's because of him. He was like, yo, man, you having problems? I said, yeah, I can't get it, bro. He said, this what you need. Send me your address. I got you.
Mm,
Listen, that's a real guy right there. I don't know. You can't tell me nothing wrong about him.
that's right. That's right.
You know what did Cat say about uh uh DL? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no,
Yeah.
no, man.
No
Can't tell
DL
me nothing.
slander will be tolerated here.
Can't do it. Antoine Way, you
Exactly.
can't do it. You can't do it about Antoine, man. No,
Yes,
that's good
yes.
people. Good people.
That's right. That's right. And thank you for always willing to give back to the next generation. You know, I won't say it all, but you've been helpful in so many different ways to us all, especially myself.
Hmm.
So I definitely want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And please and brother, and yeah, Scott saying what up to you as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We had to pause everything for you, brother. We had to pause
Yeah,
everything.
man.
Uh,
Hey,
and
man.
and and Scott's agreeing
Give
like facts.
give it.
I
Give
appreciate
it.
take. Yeah. Oh man, but thank you so much. Yeah, but as we are saying, and make it obvious, right, regarding the habit cue. Another thing it's said about it is make it attractive. Like make that craving attractive. What that thing
Hmm.
that you want to change in your life, that thing you want to actually see a difference in. If it's not attractive, you're not gonna really want to do it. And I feel like that's kind of like self-explanatory there. Anything you want to add though to that?
No, no, that I mean that hey, he broke it down so simple. That's why we
Yeah.
gotta get these books, man, because
Yeah.
like when you get a book, you gotta realize, hey, we're getting somebody's 40, 50, 60 years of knowledge that they've gotten over time, and they're
Yeah.
distilling it down into a $20, $30 book that you can just insert 40 years of knowledge into your brain. So I mean,
Yeah.
bro, he's making this stuff so simple, it's crazy. No,
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
And we appreciate you too, man. Thank you so much. I love it.
Yes,
Love it as
indeed.
well. And I wanted to also add the next part here that he said, make it easy, make the
Yeah.
response easy to follow. I know myself, I could sometimes complicate things. That's
Who
just the
you
nature of the
telling?
game. The way my
Who
brain
you
works,
telling?
I could complicate things like nobody's business. I'm like, so we gotta do that, we gotta do that. And my wife is looking at me like, no, you just
Hey
do
man,
this.
just
And I'm like,
turn left. Just turn left and walk 3 steps, man.
and I'm like, are you sure? But that's the way I work. It's like,
Yeah.
sometimes I make it too complicated, but he's like, nah, make it easy. Make this don't overburden yourself because you want to make it a habit versus something that you're like drudging to do. And last but not least, make it satisfying. Make it satisfying. Like this shouldn't be a burden. Like again, the goal is to do X, Y, and Z. You want to make it satisfying. And the way I kind of look at this when it comes to tech sales is creating systems in my workday, which has been really helpful for me, getting certain accounts. And I mean, it's probably be a video, so I'm not gonna go too deep into this, but getting
Hmm.
accounts, breaking them off into tasks and Salesforce, then throughout the day saying, okay, I'm gonna do 20 calls in the morning, in the wee hours in the
Right.
morning. And then after that, I'm doing 10 calls every other hour. Let's say your goal is your KPIs is 40 calls a day. You're exceeding that. You're exceeding that because your mindset is you basically are setting yourself up to have a system that's going to help you to exceed that output that's expected of you. And guess what, when you do that, then the results that come from that, more bookings. If you
Yes,
do the same thing
indeed.
for emails, if you're more strategic about it and create systems for that, what was the output? More emails are sent out and possibly more responses, more inquiries in regards to what you're selling. And so I think about that on a tech sales level, and of course, this will go across any other industry, QA. I'm assuming anything that you do, if you create systems for it, instead of
Bro.
being like, oh man, I gotta do these 40 calls. Nah, let me break this down. It's a nice little system that allows me to maximize the time and do the best that
Chunks.
I can. Yeah. Well, let me see what happens if I decide to do that. And
Yeah.
so I would just encourage anybody to, instead of saying, hey, my goal is X, Y, and Z, what systems can I place to get me to the end result. The reason why I'm making these calls in the first place is to get bookings. So what can I do to maximize that goal or that aim? Let's say aim instead of goal. Now, what
Mhm.
my aim is to get bookings. How many calls can I set it up in a way that I am now able to do that? And I've done that in the past, and I've seen success doing it. I don't know if you want to add anything to that as well.
Yeah, yeah, bro. When you talk about systems, that's like making it easy, right?
Yeah.
I don't have when we talk about muscle memory, they're not thinking about the shot. Steph Curry don't have to think about how, oh man,
Mm,
I'm this far away from the 3-point line. How much power do I need to put on this shot? It's muscle memory.
yeah.
So that's making it. the
Automatic.
system was the system was I shot 1,000 shots before the game, and I do this every day. So that system, he knows what he's doing. That makes it easy in the game. So yeah, the
Yeah.
system that you just talked about at 40 calls a day, yo,
Yeah.
that made it easy. Now making it satisfying, yo, if I hit my goal times two this week, I'm getting something.
And
Right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just
The
made I
reward is
just
there.
made making yeah, getting that reward, man. Give me that. Yeah, I want
Yeah.
that. like
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp say, yeah, give
Yeah.
me that.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
but but for real, man, it's
Yeah.
one of those things where if we set up systems in our life, not just in the job, but life in general, man,
Yeah.
your mind does not have to work as hard because you
Yeah.
know what you're doing next. Yo, if I start at 40 calls, if I start the day off with 7, okay, now I got that early morning voice out it's gone now. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll talk to somebody. I got past the gatekeeper. Yo, that's a check mark. Hey, we starting the day
Yeah.
off right, baby. 10
Yeah.
calls by 10 calls by 10 a.m., 20 calls by lunch. But I'm over that because I started with 7.
Yeah.
So now I know, like, yo, we going now I can keep going and then keep it rolling.
Yeah.
So I love that, bro. Systems, man. Systems and everything. All
Yeah. And I
2024.
and I'm still, yeah, all 2024 and beyond. And I'm still working on some stuff. I'm not gonna lie. There's stuff
Oh,
that in
for
my life,
sure.
there's system that I need to create, but I can just tell you from experience when I started applying it to my
Yeah.
real work, I started to see some greater benefits, and I just wanted to
Facts.
encourage everybody to grab the book Atomic Habits. It's again, the author's name is James Clear. Go ahead and grab that from, if you can, whenever you can, just grab that book, and I think it'll be definitely a blessing to you. If you, uh, if you ever read the book, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And the question I want to leave with you today is like, what bad habits do you want to replace in 2024? Like,
Mm.
what habits are not serving you? You know, a bad habit, right? The song says, but like, what habits do you want to basically kind of change in your particular, uh in your life that hasn't been serving you? You know what they
Yeah.
are. It hasn't been serving you. It's actually been destructive. It's just like Trey said, your subconscious is on running on autopilot, so you just do that, or it's what you've been exposed to growing up,
Mhm.
and it's been what you've seen, but you know that there's something better out there. Like what sometimes I'm not gonna lie, YouTube University is powerful because you might have a bad habit. Let's say it's a cleaning habit. You're like, I don't even know how to start. But you could go to YouTube University, look up something, and you're like, I
Man,
see.
that was easy.
That was easy. Now I have a system. Now I can create a system for that for my life. And that's to change everything. Persistence, absolutely, Francesca. Thank you so much for dropping by and
Yeah,
tuning
thank you.
in with us, Francesca. We appreciate you and everybody else that is here on the show. And I don't know if there's anybody wants to put it down in the comments. You guys, if you feel comfortable putting it down, maybe not, regarding that habit, or you want to be more reflective. But it could be anything. Sometimes a
Yeah.
habit is like something I want to do personally is I want to get back to getting more in nature. I used to
Mm.
I used to kind of really connect really well
You
to
used to be out
nature.
there?
Yeah, I used to live in the Amazon. I didn't on the Amazon jungle. I used to, my parents, they have a home for children.
Yeah.
And it's in South America. Guyana's in South America, and the land that the government provided to us was considered quote unquote the jungle, right? But there were so
Yeah.
many, or for us it'll be the forest in in America, but because it's the Amazon, it's South America,
Y
it's really the jungle. But but that experience of being in nature, I really did love it. There's a funny story before we go into our next
Y-
segment, but
Yeah,
in the
give it
comments,
up.
there was a time when it was raining heavily, and we had a driver bringing us into the land, and a couple of us were on it was like a 4x4, like a truck, and a couple of us were in the back, and he's driving, and then he stops. Again, it's raining down,
Mm,
and he comes out with a machete and he starts hitting the ground. We're like, "What's going on? Like, what is he hitting?" And all I see is fish flying in the air. We're driving on this area, and there's
bro,
fish flying everywhere because literally the water, because of the sea level, it rose up, and all the fish were descending down. When I say
just
we had a fish fry that night, we had a
God,
fish fry.
dog.
You had a
I
fish fry,
know it was
but
good. I know it was good.
you don't get that experience, of course, here in the Northeast.
Not even
Maybe,
close.
yeah, not even close. So that's like that.
Uh-uh.
Getting back to nature is one thing I want to really do. So I got to figure out how to make a
I'm
system for
trying to
that.
think. I'm trying to think, bro. Bad habit. I know I have a few. Probably one, and it's like some people might not say it's like it is, but to me it is. Sometimes when I get like sometimes when you have those systems in place, you can get far ahead or you can get up,
Hmm.
and then the bad habit part is I don't keep my foot on the gas.
Oh yeah, me too.
Right? So then you get so far ahead, and then you take your foot off the gas, and then you look in the rearview mirror, and you're like, oh snap, the monster's back. Let me put the
Yeah,
foot back on the gas. So yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So another way to do that would be either a just keep a consistent speed and just stay at that speed, or
yeah.
keep my foot on the gas. So that's one that I'm definitely replacing this year.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go back to the comment section here because we got a couple as well. Operation Tech Takeover says self-doubt, bad self-talk, and procrastination. I'm with
Man,
you with
those
that
are good ones.
procrastination part. And here's the thing, and I don't know if I
That
think
might
that
that
some people.
might be what I just called mine. Was that procrastination, bro?
Maybe because here's the thing, it's weird. I don't say it's weird, but there's some times where I compartmentalize things. So like when it
Mhm.
comes to like the show and other stuff like that, I may not procrastinate as much as I would in my personal life, in
Mhm.
regards to certain
Mhm.
things. So it's like that being a holistic person where it's not like, okay, that's a good point. That's a good point there, Scott.
That's a good one.
Definitely. And then fear, it has been my child. Oh, let me say it again. Fear. It has been my child. It has been had me in a chokehold since a kid coming from where I'm from, but no more excuses. I love that.
Oh, that's
No
good.
more
Yeah, that's
excuses.
good.
Really good,
Fear.
man. Yeah.
No, that's good. False evidence appearing real.
Yeah, man. And I actually have some just before we kind of go on. I just realized I had some. Oh, I got someone else as well, Francesca. Sometimes you got to press on the brakes and remain still. That's a good point.
That's true.
When to accelerate and when to remain still. Go ahead, Trey.
No, that's fact. I was just gonna say that's what we did. On the 18th, we were like, hey, we're gonna end the year off like this so that we can stay still for a little second. Right?
Yeah, that's
That's what we
true.
did with the show.
That's right. That's right. But we back, y'all. We back.
Now we back,
Uh
baby. We back.
Darcel says, good morning, late tuning in, man. Always
What's
glad
up?
to have you, Darcel. Welcome back. Oh
Like Martin
man.
say, what's up?
What's up? Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you, man. It feels like a family reunion. It really does. I actually wanted to point out a couple of things from the book before we kind of go to the last
Mhm.
segment that we have, our good old brown box special. But the key to success, this is from the book itself. The key to success is developing small, manageable habits that compound over time rather than starting with a big goal. The central idea is to create an environment where doing the right thing is as easy as possible. Researchers estimate that 40 to 50% of our actions on any given day are done out of habit. And the most
Mm.
effective way to change your habits is to focus not on what you want to achieve, but on who you wish to become. Say that part again.
Woo.
The most effective way to change your habits is to focus not on what you want to achieve, but on who you wish to become. Mic drop. I mean, I think
Man,
it's a great part.
well, that was good.
That's a great part of the book, and I like that a lot. So with that being said, family, thank you so much for rocking with us. And we have one more thing that we want to talk to before we head out today, which is our brown box special. Ooh,
Brown box special. Man,
brother,
listen, y'all know.
I think you should read this one because when you read it to me, I started laughing out loud.
Yeah, man. Y'all know we like to find it, look, not for any other reason, but to just have a little fun and just know that hey, people
Yeah.
are out here and sometimes they get fired, right? But sometimes they get fired for interesting things. And
Hmm.
today's is no short of the same. The brown box special for today, it says a girl at my work was fired for never showing up except for employee appreciation events that involved free food. She showed up to one after being fired and had to be escorted off the premises by security because she refused to leave. Y'all, come on now.
I laughed so hard to that. I was like, wait, employee appreciation, but you weren't
You
even
ain't you
working
ain't there. Come
to be
on, man.
appreciated. They didn't even know you to appreciate you in the first place. They like
It's
appreciate my
it's
presence.
probably bro, it was probably people there who was like, I had this before for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Who is that?" They probably was
Yeah.
like, "Who is that?" Because look, y'all, on sometimes on the sales team, like you have to work hybrid or you have to come in.
Yeah.
But there are other teams in your tech company that they don't ever have to show up. And
Yeah.
so yes, that was me. I had that, bro. I'm at the function, the Christmas event, and I'm like, who in the world is this?
Yeah.
Hey, and it's because I ain't never seen them, but they actually
Oh,
are working. They just work from home. This lady, she wasn't doing nothing. She was
not at all.
showing up for potlucks, man.
Mitch is rolling. Mitch is rolling. And Darcel said it, that is dedication. She appreciated free food. Yeah,
Hey, that's
she's
for
more
real.
she more appreciated. She's like, you gonna feed me. Y'all gonna
Man,
feed me. I bet you take over says. Oh man. I'm
yeah,
like, that is you are you're very bold. I was
that is
like,
bold, bro. That is bold.
oh
She had to
man.
she had to have another job and then was just like, "Hey, I'm just getting free money over here until for as long as it had to."
But and how long
There's
she
no
had
way.
how many employee appreciation events do they have that they recognize a trend that she's literally not showing up for work except for those particular days?
Bro, it could
Like,
be a lot. I've worked at a place where it was 1,200 people in one building, so
ooh.
it was always a birthday, always another team doing something, and once they done, you can go and partake. So it was always something on there. So I believe it, bro.
Davey said, "Hey yo," he said, "Stall him out, Trey. Stall him out." Oh my
Yo,
goodness.
I'm serious, bro. I'm sitting in there. I'm like, who in the world is this? I like all a whole group of them. I'm like, I ain't never seen none of these folks. But then again, you walk past that little section, they got computers set up, ain't nobody ever there. It's always dark
Yeah,
right there in that area. I'm like, man, y'all, they
yeah.
ain't never in the office.
Oh man, no, it's so true. Especially if they're like that type of department where they're like secluded somewhere. It almost
Yeah.
feels like a closet, and then they come out. You're like, wow, didn't know you were a part of what we were doing. Thank you, welcome. What's your name? Like, that's a real thing. Like that's a real thing. Oh man, yeah, that's hilarious. I definitely found myself laughing tears of joy when I read that when we were
Yeah,
putting the show together. But man,
that's for sure.
Ugh, I just want to say this before we go. We appreciate everybody that's rocking with us. We thank you for those that, uh, like was said earlier, we decided to be still from the end of the December, like mid to end of December to now to kind of just reset, plan for the future, things of that nature. We thank you guys for rocking with us, and we just want to say again, thank you for the bottom of our hearts. We do appreciate y'all,
For sure.
and we will continue to try our best to build this thing out the best way we can, um, within our ability to do so. So Trey,
Yes,
I don't know if you
indeed.
want to say anything else before we go, but I just want to make sure the
No,
audience knew that.
no, bro. You said the sentiments of my heart.
Yeah.
Right. I appreciate y'all too, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. It helps out. It makes these morning shows way more fun, right? It'd be cool
Yeah.
with just me and Joseph rocking, but it's way
Yeah.
past cool with y'all. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Thank you so
Appreciate
much,
your time.
Ty. Yes, Ty's a man.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate it.
Mitch.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
indeed.
Thank you, everybody, for rocking with us. Like we talked about earlier, if you were not here, go ahead and check out blacktechglobal.com for a list of events that are happening in the future. You definitely want to lock into these events. A lot of the events that are happening at the beginning of this year are virtual, some are in person, some are free. A lot of them are free,
Yeah.
no cost. So definitely look into that, check it out. And until next time, you were rocking with Talk That Tech in the Morning, the
#1 tech morning show in the world, man. In the whole world. We'll see y'all in the next one.
peace and elbow grease.